Welcome everyone. Makozi Racing Internacional salutes you. I'm Nick Makozi, and this is the stream for the top 16 superstars, both Nations Cup and Manufacturer Series at Nürburgring and Spa Francorchamps respectively. So as you can see, Nations Cup, we already did our races. Nations Cup was with the S2R4, like I said, at Nürburgring GP. And we're going to go ahead and look at how he went in qualifying and in the race. Of course, before we do that, just to go and see the tyre multiplier, the tyre and fuel multipliers, and just so you guys can get a sense of what happened in the race. So the tyre wear is on 3, fuel wear is on 2. Obviously, fuel is disabled for qualifying, so you can pretty much push flat out, don't have to worry about anything. The maximum tyre you can use is softs, the minimum is racing mediums, and in those 15 laps, if we delve into the race settings, you can see that you have to use both of them. So both medium and soft. The strategy for this race was a bit divided, so you could have gone one stop, could have gone a two-stop. Two-stop obviously using a lot more of the softs, a lot fresher, but you would be encountering some traffic, of course. So there's a bit of a balancing act. We'll see what happened in our race, the top 16. But first, we'll go into qualifying. I just want to show you guys what happened, and yeah, to show my lap. So loading into the replay here, and yeah, while we wait, the interesting thing about this Nations Cup was really about getting used to the car. The Zonda was a car that had a bit of a learning curve to it, so it took me an hour, I think, to really get into it. But then, yeah, once you know how it works, it's pretty much a basic, it's pretty much child's play after that. So here we are in qualifying. If you get out of the pits fast enough, you have enough time for 3 laps. So getting out of the pits quickly is very important. Getting a slipstream is not very beneficial, because it seems that the Zonda, as opposed to other, how do you say, cars that aren't part of racing categories like Group 3, Group 4, they seem to not struggle from slipstream. They seem to benefit quite a lot. So I was surprised. In the Zonda, you don't actually gain at all with the slipstream. What you get on the straights, you lose on the in the corners. So you can see I'm waiting to start my lap. This is just the first lap, so I'm going to go a bit further into this. You can see I'm catching first guy here at the K, and this guy in front, he wasn't on a great lap, and unfortunately, you see what happens now. Both missed that left-hander, and it looked like he took off after the chicane. So it seemed like he wanted to let me through, but the driver that did that, if you're watching it, just a quick analysis. I was contacted by this driver after qualifying. He said that he was letting me through. It was maybe if you went on the left, that would have been better. But so I appreciate the apologies. So thanks for that. So our first lap, we didn't go quite as planned. Messed it up, and we go back out. So immediately fall behind some traffic. We've got guys in front of us, guys behind. It's all about just getting some clean air. So you see Noodles. He goes a bit wide. We immediately cut to the inside. That drops him behind us, and amazing out there. He pulls off to the right. So very fortunate, very grateful to those two guys who gave me a bit of room to pass to some clear track, and thanks for that if you guys are watching. So heading on to the actual lap. You can see Noodles amazing out, and Tactics. They're not too far behind. What I was really worried, Tactics they're going out for a spin. What I was very worried about was this, and you can see that was very close. So I didn't. That's what I meant. I wanted to get a bit further in front, so I could start my lap further out here. So instead of hugging the inside like you would do on a fast lap, you actually want to hold it to the left, then cut back in so you get more of a entry speed. But you can see Noodles came very, very close to hitting us, and we're very fortunate that it didn't end up that way. So this is the lap. I'll let you guys watch this. So hey Tank Master, Dylan, and amazing Andrew actually, welcome guys. Sorry I didn't see the comments earlier before. So we're still having internet problems. Well, Tank Master, I'm racing from overseas. That's the ping that's causing it. So unfortunately I can't do anything. I'm stuck here for the time being. Airports are closed, so there's really not much I can do about it. But until I come back to Australia, that's how it's going to be. So I'm sorry about that in advance if that ruins a race of yours by accident. I really didn't mean it. See that struggled a little bit in the last corner. Went down into first gear and I lost quite a lot of time in the rear end. So 49.0. I was really aiming to get a 48. I wanted to get a 48 to be sure that I was somewhere in the top 2. But as you can see, Dylan there, he's in P2. He actually did a 49.6, 49.5, sorry. So kind of dawned on me that I did have a bit of a buffer. So I didn't have to, this second lap didn't have to be quite as perfect, but I still wanted to improve, obviously. Well, just came here to say congratulations on the win. I'm calling it a night. Didn't really enjoy either of those. Yeah, amazing. I was actually looking at your stream while I was racing, like before entering the lobby and after the race, and looking at your positions when you finished, it really didn't look like you had a good time. So sad to hear that. But unfortunately, that's the way of things. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So last lap, I tried to improve. It just didn't come together. I put everything I could into the lap. I made mistakes where I shouldn't have. You can see I'm a 10th down. And after pushing too hard, I got a penalty. So that's pretty much the end of my qualifying. See here, yeah, I cut too much of the right hand side, and a half-second penalty for my troubles. You can see Stickerman in there. I don't know what he's doing, but you don't see that very often. So, and yeah, that's the end of our qualifying. We didn't manage to improve, but we started starting on pole, so that was a good result from us. Not quite the time I wanted, but still very satisfied that I got at least close to that. Yeah, okay. Just didn't get enough of the cars or myself really tonight, but oh well, always next time. Yeah, I mean nations I can understand. The Zonda is very difficult. Manufacturers was the first race actually. I did the first slot too, so I was with you in that. You were doing very well in the first slot. I think I held you up. Yeah, I did. So for people that are watching in the first slot of manufacturers, we'll just talk while this is going. Amazing how he qualified P4, I believe. I qualified on pole position with 2 guys in between. So I dropped down. I didn't quite perform as I should have. I'm just making mistakes, but penalties. I think I had a bit of a tussle. So if I did, I'm sorry about that for the contract. Hey Driftmaster, hey Cody, and welcome letters. Yeah. I don't think what letters is referring to win, bet and all that. I think a lot of guys had a chance at this if they tried hard enough. It's good to see that people are giving it a go. Unfortunately, Nations Cup isn't quite getting as much of a presence with drivers as the Manufacturer Series is, but still, it's good to see. So, start of the race, Dylan, Keelan, Metal Gear, Emery. So the top 5, they were on softs. Amazing Hour was on medium, and then soft, medium, Johnstown medium. Medium. So it was a bit of a combination of mediums and softs. There's a lot of guys going for the softs at the end. But we started on the softs. So we were trying to get away, try and pull away from Dylan. See, they're just warming up the tires a little bit. Trying to be careful, trying to not get in his way, trying not let him maybe overshoot his braking point and go on the inside. Wait, that was me, I'm so sorry. Okay. That's fine, Driftmaster. Okay, now I know who you are. Yeah, no problem. It happens. I'm lucky that there was a bit of extra time. Because if that was a 5-minute qualifying session, I don't think it would have done too much good for either of us. But still. So you can see that Metal Gear going very deep. I mean, holding the inside, trying to get a move done. It's really hard to overtake with these cars. So you have to get a much better exit. Or you have to send it. You can see, okay, he's braking late. Emery is trying to make something work. It's just not working. Yeah. Hey Cody, pretty sure the car put a few people off this. Yeah, Michael, welcome. I agree. Like I said before, it does have a learning curve. Once you get used to it, it's very nice to drive. It's a fast car. It's got a Mercedes AMG engine in it, so I can't complain. I really like the car. So far it's pretty calm. I saw Schnickerman before he got a 2-second penalty, and you can see here the first of the medium runners there going into the pit. So amazing how he chose to start on the mediums, going for a 2-stop, maybe a 1-stop if you can save enough fuel. Doesn't look like it. GTR and Jonathan, they're just following suit. So back at the front. bad for me. I mean, the car puts people off. Maybe he said that wrong. I mean, it's an interesting car. It's a different car. This is the beauty of the Nations Cup. It throws different cars at you that you have to learn to drive. So, like a round or two ago, there was the G-Ready Fugu, he said, with the settings. No one had ever driven that car in a Nations Cup before. So there was stuff like that you really had to learn. So that's always good. It shakes things up, makes them interesting. And it's good to see that Gran Turismo are at least trying to do that. So, Cody, I'm currently in the middle of an iRacing 24-hour race with Lane, Noble, Phillips, and Deco. Oh, okay. Great to hear that, Cody. I hope it's going well. It's good to see you're still staying active in a lot of digital motorsports. And I wish you and your team best of luck with that. Like I see, give all the guys my regards if you see them. I thought everyone was on mediums at the start, so I was pushing way too hard to start to try and pull away. Should have done a 2-stop like everyone in the top 3. Ended up burning my tyres by laps. We'll see, Dylan. Let's go a little bit further. I think it all stayed pretty. Yeah, it stayed pretty clear for the top 9, even the top 10. So we'll go a bit further in front. Yeah, it's pretty much staying the same. So let's get to the end of lap 5 to see how our tyres are doing. So, I can see Emery there with a second penalty for cutting chicane. Unfortunately, it's not going to do her any favours. But, so, my tyres, Dylan, McEwen, Metal Gear, and Emery. So, it looks like I have the best tyres. Front left is a bit better, rear right is a bit worse than McEwen. So, me and McEwen are pretty much on par with tyres. Dylan's front's there being a little bit more worn out, around the same ballpark as Metal Gear. And Emery also there too. So let's go a little bit further. See Emery there, she serves her 1 second penalty, she drops back, but that also gives a bit of clean air, so she can focus on her lines and try and make something work. So here Noodles, they're both fighting it out for 7th. Just looking just in front. My race up, couldn't get through traffic on. Yeah, that's the thing. Amazing. That's a very big factor in this race. The traffic is because these cars are so evenly matched, and the slipstream really doesn't do quite as much. You're gonna have a tough time getting in front of the guys, passing them. And like I said before, you have to be visibly fast. You have to be noticeably faster. Because you have to send it, and you can see Noodles there. I think he maybe let you by, but you see that's one of the things. You have to really go for the move with the other guy to leave it open. Otherwise, it's particularly hard to overtake. So further into the race, see the second, third, and fourth are all pretty close to each other. Dylan, his tyres are getting a bit worn now. It appears he's going to go for a 2-stop, and you can see that he cuts the chicane. He doesn't get a penalty, so that's very, very fortunate, very lucky from him. There's really, really a lot of luck there that you didn't get a penalty, so well done. Congrats on that. Emery and Dylan, they both go into the pits. Noodles, Ranger, from what I can see, they follow suit. Amazing how he's going to pick up the pieces and slot himself up into 6th. Yeah. After being behind you and Range Rose in the race yesterday, I knew it was really tough to put. Exactly, yeah. Really wanted a good quality. Well, you got that, Dylan. I'm not sure maybe what you were getting in practice, but 49.5 or lower. That's all good times. That's a top 5 in our region for sure. He didn't make that too hard for me. Yeah, I agree. So it's quieting down a little bit further back. There are Range Rose is chasing down 11th position and 10th with new mediums. I believe he's going to just do 1 lap, like many of the other guys. Yeah. Someone's all over the back of me. I usually let them through. Let's try. Yeah, Michael. I mean that can work as long as you can work with them. I mean, if they're faster for the moment, just because they've got tires or something, that would be, I don't know how to say it. It's a bit of a 50-50. You need to choose when or not to let the guy in front. If you know there's an opportunity to work with someone, then you go for it. If there is no opportunity to work with someone, then yeah, unfortunately you're gonna have to put out your elbows a bit and try and make it a bit harder for them to overtake you. Sometimes stress is good. AZ00, it's all fine. How are you doing so far this evening? So Dylan seems to have he's employing the 2-stop strategy. Metal Gear, Kieran and myself, we're all going for that 1 stop. And yeah, at this point, lap 9, I was feeling the tires. They were starting to lose their vitality, let's say. Somewhere lap 9, lap 8, you can notice they were starting to go off. So in practice, I was thinking of doing 11 laps on softs. But during this race, I felt like the tires just could not go on more. So I resorted to doing a 10-lap stint instead of 11. And that actually worked out quite well. So you can see that McEwen, he's done a very good job to save a little bit more fuel. Maybe he's pushing quite a lot to try and pass, but it doesn't seem to be working for now. And you can see this quartet of soft runners. No, quintet. Sorry, 5 guys, 6, 7. So 7 guys spread out around 10 seconds or so. They're all going for the 2-stop, and they're all trying to use the pace that they've got now to do an undercut. So we'll see if that worked for them. We'll go a little bit further. I pit in my 10th lap, and yeah, I come in. I did 10 laps on soft. I came in, put on mediums, and I refueled to around 45%, because when you're pushing decently, this car uses about 9%. If you can save, you can get that down to 8. You need to be aware that you will be losing quite a lot of pace saving that way. You need to find whether or not it's worth it. Yeah, I come out of the pits behind McEwen. So McEwen, he decides to go that extra lap, that 11th lap of mediums, or soft, sorry. So I'm right there behind him. So I spend this 11th lap just trying to stay behind him. Metal Gear, he also goes into the pits. He goes on mediums too. and he's a good 9 seconds behind. So not too much of a threat at this point unless I make a mistake. It's really just keeping my head down, trying to stay behind McEwen here, not go off, not get a penalty, and not ruin his race, most importantly. I see, Michael. This race is terrible. Yeah, Christopher, it really depends. I like it. I wish there was more opportunities to overtake. Like maybe this car, if it had DRS or something, that would have been interesting. But it is what it is. I like driving this car. It's got a Mercedes engine in it, so I can't say no to that. It's got a very unique driving style. It takes a while to get used to. As soon as I cut there to try and avoid, yeah, that was a smart move. That's what I try to do too, and it does work a lot of the time. So for those people that are watching that unaware how the penalties work, you can see that McEwen, he pits in, and I retake the lead. And it's pretty much plain sailing. Just making no mistakes and taking care of fuel and tires. So you pit lap? Yes, I did, Christopher. I pitted lap 10 and did the last 5 laps on mediums. That was my strategy. Done a one stop is what I should have said. Yeah, Dylan. You know, I did that first slot, and I did the 2-stop just to have some fun. Really, I was to try to see if it was working or not, and it didn't. Like, in the hands of the right driver, it can work, but more often than not, it's not going to help you. So I stuck to something that I know is puts me outside of traffic. It lets me just knuckle down and think about my driving more than thinking about others, and that's what the one stop does for you. It gives you a bit of peace of mind to race as you should. So, see here, Dylan and Marie, an amazing hour and 5th and 6th respectively. Dylan here is he's trying to go and make those softs work for him. You can see the undercut, it is starting to pay off. He's got another 20 something laps to get in front of Metal Gear and McEwen. You'll see now how hard it is to overtake. Dylan, he's got the newer tyres. He almost gets on the inside of Metal Gear. Closes the door very late. Down to turn 1. So trying to get the cutback. Very smart, but he brakes late himself. Gets his rears in the grass, which doesn't do him any favours. So, you see, the softs are a bit worn. That shouldn't really stop him too much. 6th lap from the soft, so they're still okay if you're careful. But you can see Dylan here is he's giving it everything, and he's just not able to catch him. And that's what the 2-stop did. So he got a bit held up, and those crucial laps where he was supposed to make a difference, he was trying to make a difference, sorry, didn't quite work for him. And this is why he wasn't closer earlier in his stint, and now the tyres are starting to bite back because he's been using them for 7 laps. Yeah, congrats on your win, it's the same. I was having issues with my brake pedal where the sensitivity of the brake was. I see Drift Master. Well, fair enough. It's all good. Well, thank you. So, that was pretty much it. It was a bit of a boring race from my part. I was giving it everything. not boring, let's say. Not so interesting. I was by myself for most of the time. Dylan was really close at the start. But yeah, nice and controlled. 11.5 seconds from P2 in the end, and I come home to win the top 16, the fourth top 16, I believe, of the 2020 season of the Nations Cup. So McEwen there in second, Metal Gear third, Dylan fourth, Emery fifth, Amazing Hour sixth, and Jonas down in seventh. So from P7 to P2, pretty close. Then you have GTR in eighth, Schnickerman ninth, and Noodles there doing a celebratory 360 at the line in 10th. So that rounds out the top 10. Going draws some Axel there, 11th and 12th. So that was our race. The strategy was save fuel, do 10 laps on soft, pull away, and then do the last 5 laps on medium after refueling and changing tyres. Avoiding slipstream, of course, in qualifying, and is very how do you say? It's very desirable. So yeah, we improved quite a bit on our Nations Cup points. We'll have a look at that afterwards. Now we're going to go into Manufacturers Series. So Manufacturers Series was with Group 4 cars. It was at Spa. So the race settings here: 10 laps, tyre on 4, fuel on 3. Obviously fuel is not on for the qualifier, only racing hards. So 10 lap sprint, nothing to really worry about, maybe a bit of fuel for those cars that are a bit more sensitive. But we'll go into qualifying now and see what happened there. Heck yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, thanks, Leros. Hello, konnichiwa, Yononaka-san. お元気ですか? レースを if you're doing a race, sorry, レースをしたときに頑張ってください。いいレースがあってください。Have a good race. So this is qualifying for manufacturers. What more can I say about it? It's all about slipstream. So if you didn't have slipstream, it was very hard to do well. So that's important. But yeah. Hey Telmore, welcome. Waste fuel manufacturer. Yeah, exactly. So that's the name of the game, for waste fuel. Nice to see you again. Hey Felipe. It's great to see you here as well. Welcome. So when did you learn Japanese? Driftmaster, I learned Japanese when I was in high school. So that would be around a good 5 years ago, I think. That's when I started. And then for about 3 years, I studied Japanese as a subject at high school. So nice one. Thank you, Dylan. You did a pretty good job yourself. Unfortunately, couldn't quite capitalize on those soft tires, but yeah, still P4. It should be an improvement in points, so should be happy with that. Qualifying was a joke. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a joke. Range Rover, it was all about timing. You can see it's just a flurry of cars. So from first all the way there in front, back here, see myself in 8th. Got 8 cars all in a slipstream, and you got even more. So it's all 15 cars apart from one guy. So everyone here, he doesn't have the tow, but everyone is trying to get a spot in the slipstream. And the guy that's pulling everyone in front, that's Metal Gear. He's got a great car for this combo, so he's allowed to do that. Doesn't need slipstream quite as much as some other guys. But I'll show you what happened on my lap here. So started off nicely and everything. And Konzio here makes a mistake, so he's not on a great lap. He goes off wide. I have to pull off as a result, and that's hurting my lap time too. So in the meanwhile, Emery, she's able to benefit. Keaton goes off wide there, so I have to go back to the pits. Jono is also benefiting, but at this point Konzio was holding me up. So you see he's missing corners. I'm pulling off. I even give him a small tap, so sorry about that, Hunter, but you were missing corners. I was trying to get by. Yeah, that's Ravengo. Was always like that with the new name. Okay. Let's just have a quick look at that. Okay. So yeah, this is a bit of chaos. You know what's going on with Vipers it there? Fair enough. Yeah. 2x2 in the turn 1 is not very favourable, so Rangers gets forced off and he loses time. But yeah, my first lap didn't go quite as I wanted it to. Went on the inside of Konzio here. I took off. It was there. And you can see Emery, she's there too. Second penalty for his troubles. And Emery, she gets a pretty decent tow. Unfortunately, she had to pull off at the end of the lap because couldn't quite gain as much. Giving me a bit of a bump draft there. At the end of this lap. Okay, sure. So, at the end of this lap, I'm the best for missed you, bro. Yeah, thank you, Felipe. I've been very busy lately with university and preparing for exams, so I couldn't really afford to stream that much. But I thought, well, this is the top 16. It only happens every so often, so might as well. So my lap was really not good because I had to fight with Konzio there. And as a result, I get a 28.9, which I don't know about many of you guys, it's really not a good lap. So I come out of the pits, I'm trying to wait for Emery here, and so we can maybe work together or something. And this is what I wanted you guys to see. Look at this. So this is me, this is Emery, we're working together, and give it a corner or two, wait for it, and look at that. So yeah, this is the qualifying, yeah, this is Q3 at Monza, 2018, 2019. Everybody waiting for a slipstream, and I just decide, well, let's go. Really don't think I'm gonna get the slipstream at this point. Adam decides to follow. He's right on the limit here. The tow. You can see, look, just watch. I start going, everyone starts going, they're all trying to find some slipstream. My word, look at this is a mess. A lot of chaos going on. So it looks like trouble. So I just really decided to get out of there. It's better if I focus on my driving than having to worry about someone behind or someone in front. But as a result, I sacrifice slipstream. I don't have any advantage at all. And Adam, he gets pretty much the entire benefit at this point for the entire lap too. So slipstream qualifying, it amounts to about 6 to 7 tenths. With a fast enough car, you can get into the 26s. And you can see here is I had to resort to driving by myself, and that puts me at a very big disadvantage. Let's see McEwen, Metal Gear, everyone's using slipstream. Even DB, GTR, Amazing Hour. He's behind Range Ross. I believe he's not going to go for a pass. No, he isn't. That's good because Range Ross he's got a faster car. Yeah, but he's struggling. And he's getting held up. DB as well. So it's not too satisfied with how qualifying is at the moment. Trying to make something work. It's tiring, let's say that. It's tiring how qualifying is right now, so hopefully it changes. Hopefully something is done about this, because you can see it's a very big issue. Everyone's losing, no one's gaining really at this point apart from, so let's go further. Keaton and Adam, they're both getting an advantage. I don't know about the guys behind, but these two drivers, they played it smart with their placement of the cars, and you're going to see what this gets them. So here's Adam. I missed the last chicane a little bit. It's all good. See Adam, he is going to get a time right now. He has a 27.5. Keaton gets a 27.3. I get a 27.9 by myself. So I admit I could have gone faster. I could have gone a 27.7 by myself. But this stage is just broken. It's starting to blur the skill of the driver and their car, and people that are very fast and they have a good car won't be performing as well as some other guys who don't have such a good car and maybe not quite as fast because they're using slipstream and because they're starting higher up. And this is what needs to change. It needs to be a bit more of a skill based. Obviously, there is some skill in finding a slipstream. I agree. That needs to be a benefit. But you guys saw that huge pile of cars twice. And that's not. You don't see that in real life. So, like I said before, it needs to change. Not too happy with how it is at the moment. That whole last run was ridiculous. Couldn't believe my eyes when I come around the end of the circuit. Yeah. Need to be careful driving through cars because you can get... Yeah, I know Range Rovers. I was taking my time when I counted those guys. There wasn't any yellow flags in place, so I knew I could overtake. I was just taking it nice and easy to not accidentally catch someone out of the ghost phase. And I was just lucky. I could have a bit of free space. Yeah, they should just ghost everyone. Let it. I mean, I'm not gonna say what should or should not be done, but I think it needs to change. That's what I'm gonna say. Cody, we salute you. Well, welcome Andrew. I salute you as well. Hope everything's going fine where you are right now. Welcome. Race was equally as chaotic. Yeah, amazing. You guys will see that in the next 10 laps. It was very chaotic. Stuffed up with GTR and later Jono. Yeah. Shame. Last section was much weaker, works from shorter distances only. Yeah, Michael, shorter distances I'm not quite as short. I know there has been going somewhere from 1.2 seconds, and then, but it's very, very weak. It's not like it is now. So the slipstream is still a little bit too strong, and it works a little bit too far away. It's not quite as progressive as you would see, perhaps in real life or in other games. Unfortunately, that's how it works right now. Are you going to play S2R4 Competition and PS4 when it comes out? We'll see, Driftmaster. I think it's a good game. It's interesting. I have tried it on PC. I really like it. We'll see what happens. I'm still going to be very busy with the exams when it comes out, so I can't guarantee that I'll be driving it out of the box once it's released, but I would really like to see how well I can do on console. PC, I'm a bit lacking in pace. There's not much I can do there. Just learn the game, but still, I like it a lot. It's a very nice game from what I've experienced. So we actually started the race from the middle of the chicane. This did not help us at all. We fell quite a fair bit back from McEwen here, and you can see that GTR and Amazing are pretty close as well. So I'm going to go a bit further. The important thing at the start of this race was to warm up your tyres. So you can see, take it very gingerly through turn 1, and the same for El Rouge. You see, big lift, big lift, and coming into end of the Camel Straight, coming into Les Combes, also weaving just a little bit. See that, trying to get some heat into the tyres. About now, coming into Les Combes, coming out of it, your tyres should be up to temperature. Hey Cody, when lap 6 or 7 comes around, could you look at a touch between myself and John? I just want to know what you think about it down the right hand. Okay, yeah, I'll give that a go. I'll have a look. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, Amazing. I'll make sure to see that. So at this point of the race, it's lap 1, so it's still very early. But you can see GTR missing up a little bit there, using out right on the back of them. Memory's there too. 5 seconds. That was strange. Look at that. See, I've got a whole lot about memory and it seemed like rubbing. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, okay. I see. I think I know what happened there. Did you get it for track limits, Amazing? Because you did go a bit wide there on the entry of Blanchimont, so I believe that's what you got it for. See your elbows out, racing with GTR and Amazing. Goes for the cutback, early on the throttle, makes some contact, and he gets a 1 second penalty for his trouble. So not particularly a good start to the race for the Subaru driver. Do you race from bumper normally? Letters. It depends on the game. So Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo, other Gran Turismo games for that matter, yes, I've been on bumper cam for as long as I can remember. If there is a need for it, I will change camera angle. See there, Amazing how he drops back. way back into the clutches of Jono. Jono just makes it on the outside. So he cuts the nose off amazing. He gets pie. And that was a very decisive move from him, so good job. Which was amazing. He drops into 10th, and he's got a bit of work to do to catch up into trying to make the position back. For me, it's easy pass to McEwen. He let me by. McEwen, if you're watching, cheers. He takes off, nice and easy. And probably at this point he thinks I've got a faster car. Like me, I've got the faster car, so maybe I can catch up to the guys in front with slipstream. Yeah, it depends on the game. GT Sport bumper cam, something like Project Cars. I use the hood view, not the roof view, the hood view. F1 TV camera, S2R4, Competizione, both of those games for that matter. I go either from the hood, not the roof, the hood view, or cockpit. So I play around with it a lot, from sim to sim. I don't really stay on one thing for too long. Forza as well, I use the hood view. So yeah, quite a variety there. So went for with the white light. I gathered as much. Amazing how I noticed that. Yeah, good to see you've realised it too. That's what caused it. Hey Cody, you alright? Hey Smokey, I'm fine, thanks. Haven't seen you here in a long time. I've been gracing the comment section after the end of each stream, so thank you for that. But it's good to see you here in person, so welcome. We're just going through the top 16s that we did. He seems to have gotten a 1 second penalty for something. One second for that. I'm surprised. Definitely not in a pleasant way. That's a shame. Don't know what to say. It happens. We'll just move on. Couldn't break 28 even with slip. Yeah. I mean, Red Mist, it is very hard to get into the 27s in a race. If I have slipstream to myself, like if there's someone in front that's like a second or so, I can get into the 27s, but it is very, very difficult to do that in one go. To do that consistently. So you're not alone. There are some cars that do struggle quite much. But there are some cars that are a lot better. Forcey is okay in a tow. Ranger, I think Alpha is more than okay in the tow. It's more than okay. By itself, yes, it does struggle, but in a tow, it becomes a different car entirely. So McEwen here struggling for a bit of pace. Honestly, this car can get 27s if it's in the slipstream the entire time, and McEwen is doing that. It's just up to him to time it right. So up ahead, there is a bit of a battle for first. Yeah. He goes on the inside of Adam. Adam makes the move work. Doesn't quite get it done. I have to stay there in second. I close on the back of DB. He's doing a really good job there with the Mazda. And see, he runs wide. I go on the left. It's not much I can do. I have to pull off early here because there's no point in going on the outside. taking it nice and early off. And they're just missing. But yeah. Hey Fabro, Fabrizio, welcome. Just made this one. Yeah, it's all good, Smokey. It's good to see you here. So essentially splits the field before. Yeah, Ranger. That's why I was really not happy with my qualifying result, because I knew if I was starting somewhere 8th or 9th, there was no chance I was going to catch up to the guys in front. This way, I still had something of a chance. But yeah, that's really down to how qualifying works now, and I'm not a big fan of how it is. So hopefully there will be a change. Yeah. How's the recent BOP affected the group for Mercedes, Smokey? Not in a good way. Let's say that. Mercedes is a good car around Spa. A race car. It's a very good race car. But with 15 kilos more in the BOP, it is not great on a single lap. It is not great by itself. And I want to really emphasize here that it is the heaviest FR car of them all in Group 4. There is no other car that is heavier. You've got something like the Jaguar, it's 100 kilograms lighter than this. You've got the Audi, it's 450 kilos lighter. This Alpha behind is 200 kilos. Everything is lighter. So if they put another 1% weight on this after what they've done now, there must be a very good reason why. Very, very good reason. It was already heavy. It was already very sluggish. And I really don't believe that the nerf it received was justified. But I'm just going to have to keep driving as I have been for the last almost 3 years now. And just grab everything I can out of this car. It's not a bad car the way it is now, but it's just not great. People who have we need the new Group 4 AMG GT desperately. So not desperately, but we need it soon. It's a beautiful car. It looks great. Sounds great. It should drive great. It's been very successful. I'd very much like to see that in this game, maybe in the next one. But I'm disappointed with the BOP. It's yes, I'm not happy with this car. What they've done to it. But yeah, that's how it works. And like I said before, we're just going to keep driving with it. There's no point in complaining too much. It is what it is. Hi, Kiam MNX Gaming, welcome. It is just a sitting duck in a straight line without a toe. It would be easier to let you go and follow you. Oh, okay, fair enough, Ranger. Yeah, I see what you mean. I thought so. Yeah, it is going to struggle in quality now, and I quality can be vital. Great, yeah, Smokey. What's up, Cody? This race for Honda was an absolute shocker. How'd you go? It went pretty well, AMG. I'm not going to spoil the result. You guys can see that in a while now. We started P6, so we're catching up to the guys in front. 2 positions right now, so it's very good progress. But yeah. Yeah, see you, Michael. All the best. Enjoy the movie, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it a lot. Stay safe. Cheers. How did you go? Like I said, you can see. But Honda, I think, actually is pretty good. It didn't get a... I'm not sure if it got a weight... it did get a weight improvement. It didn't get a power nerf. And the car was already pretty decent, so I think it's gotten even better. That's my opinion. I know NSX has always been very strong, whatever. However, maybe not as much. Yeah. This was the crucial move of the race. So you can see here, if you guys remember the Group 3 race at Sardinia. Nogi is trying to go for 2 for 1. Sends it on the inside. Gets a 1 second penalty for his troubles, and it's not doing him favours at all. See, forces Adam off. Keaton gets the cutback. Keaton even gets a little bit of a nudge as well. Watching Metal Gear stream the top 16, he was screaming to hype him up during the race. Okay. Thanks for letting me know that, Driftmaster. I mean, everyone has their own way of being motivated. I don't blame him. He's got his own methods. And you can see, it was really close with Adam here. I knew Adam was he was going off wide because of Metal Gear, and you can see from my view, I did not see him on the left, so I didn't have my radar on. I was trying to be careful, and yeah, I just missed him. So lucky that didn't result in a penalty. That let McEwen and DB catch up. DB unfortunately there with a 1 second penalty, so he's going to fall off this train. But yeah, nice move. Yeah, thanks, Smokey. Cheers. As a person who has used the Group 4NX many times, I know for a fact that it needs power, just cannot gain even in tow. I don't know, AMG. I'm not gonna discuss that too much, but I think it's a very decent car. It's got its strength, it's got its weaknesses, but yeah, maybe it does struggle a little bit on the straights. And yeah, this was a very interesting move here. You can see Metal Gear, he's got that 1 second penalty. He's serving it, and there he is. He's coming back onto the racing line. He's comes out of the ghost, and see contact between Adam and Metal Gear ensues. So Adam, I'm sorry, it is a little bit funny, just a little bit. And oh no, and Metal Gear gets the penalty. Oh my word! So it's not gone well, to say the least, for both the drivers. This was a big stroke of luck for me. If Metal Gear held more to the right, he would have avoided Adam. Adam would have avoided him. I would have still been behind them both. So I was very fortunate that this happened. I'm not saying it was a good thing, but I just managed to get the most out of the situation, and I got 2 positions in that one go. So you can see that. That's got to feel bad. It's got to feel very, very bad for both of these drivers that were involved. Metal Gear is quite aggressive, isn't it? Smokey, I mean, that's a point of view. I'm not going to give my opinion on that. You guys have more than enough evidence from previous streams to see what has happened between me and him. And yeah. I don't think we should go further with that. That's an incident, but yeah. That was some dodgy stuff, yeah. Just let me get ready and stuff like that. It was too funny. Yeah, Driftmaster. Maybe it was. I haven't seen that. Yeah, well, that was a bit strange, man. Unfair to pull onto the racing line like that. Yeah, Dylan. He wasn't up to racing speed, and his car was still ghosted. So usually when you go to the penalty line, you want to pull off the racing line, which is what he did, and you want to stay off that racing line until you've kind of gotten back to something acceptable. So he didn't quite get there. Adam also turned right at the last second, and you can see it was pretty much a head-on collision. So nothing. Adam maybe could have held it on the outside and left on the grass, but he was counting that ghost phase was still lasted. But yeah, it's not like that's quick thinking. Yeah, thanks, Mike. And this is how it looked like. Like you can see my steering input here when that happened. So behind Adam, behind. And you see I even went on the brakes for a moment just to try and avoid Adam. And yeah, I do admit reaction was required there. So thanks for noticing that, Smokey. Cheers. So at this point, we're up to second from sixth. I was very, very happy at this point. I was trying not to let it get to me, and I was just focusing on catching Keaton, because Keaton, he's had a pretty quiet race. Stayed in first, second with Adam for the most part, but now he was getting away. So if I didn't catch up to him in the toe, if I wasn't 1.3 seconds behind, if I was further, he could have run away with it. So again, I really was giving it everything in these last 5 laps to catch Keaton, and it was starting to pay off in spades. So you can see here by lap 7, I've pulled away from Adam. I've also caught up to Keaton, and right now I was just focusing on not making mistakes. I'm trying to work with the BMW driver to pull away so he can focus the fight on us. And you can see I give him the flash of the lights. Keaton sticks to the middle, and at this point I'm just letting him have his own race, not trying to just bother him too much. And as a result, yeah, he stays in front. Okay, no problem. Now let's see a quick look here. Okay, so this is it. So Jono goes for the pass, using out, using the forward drive to get better exit. Brakes late. It's nothing too bad at this point. Doesn't look like anything too serious is going on. Perhaps. Yeah. Oh, a bit of a nudge. Amazing, if you could let me know exactly when, because I'm not too sure what it was. Might be lap 6, I think. Oh, okay, here it is. So, I don't think Adam had any way to predict how far across the line. Yeah, Ranger, I agree. I mean, it is hard to anticipate that, but still, he turned right instead of left. So maybe could have avoided him better. I don't know. I'm not Adam. You can always ask him. But, yeah. No problem. Here's that people need to stop trashing this family bloke. Not sure who you mean. I did give. Okay, so let's have a look at that. A little bit of a nudge. You did put yourself on the inside. No, that was fine. If you didn't force him off track, then that's fine. Okay, I see. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so yeah, this happens. This happens a lot. Amazing. So it's not just you. Don't worry. I don't think that was quite too smart from the other driver, but anyhow, that is what it is. You went for a move. The gap was there, so you were fine. You did nothing wrong, in my opinion, but I don't know. Perhaps holding it a bit more inside so he didn't get the nudge would have helped. Yeah, and I'm not the expert. There is a bit of lag in the way of things, so I can't quite tell. But what the other guy did afterwards, that shouldn't be a thing in top split. So lap 8, it's pretty much me and Keaton at this point. Adam and McEwen, they're not too far behind. They're right there waiting to pounce. What I'm trying to do now is to try and get a good run in Keaton. So what I do here, what I really want to put emphasis on, is that on the exit of the corner of this turn 1, I was avoiding the slipstream. So you can see I go to the left. I'm trying to take a longer line. This way I don't catch up to Keaton too quickly and he holds me up through El Rouge and Radion. I'm actually starting to catch up coming through Radion, and now when he changes gear, then I can start pulling an advantage. So this was really crucial, and this is also what I did. Just want to put emphasis on. So side by side with Keaton. Wait for it. I'm still not clear. This is what I wanted to show. My left, my rear end of the car is still next to his front, so I knew I couldn't force him to the inside. I couldn't defend. And the further we go, we've got the AMG that just has that little bit more top end that lets it do that. And you can see now it's right there, and the corner, it's coming. It's really coming quickly, so I have to start moving. And you can see I'm off the white line with my left tires, and now I've cleared him. So now I can go to the right. Only just cleared him. But that was a very crucial move. I had to go for that to defend. I see right in front of Keaton there, and on the brakes, just on time. Keaton there, he can't do anything. He has to go right or left, and he can't go right because I'm going to the inside. So he tries it from the left on the outside. Brakes late, can't make that work, and up into first place for me. So I'm very happy with that move. It was kind of a bit more thought out, if I'm being honest. I was really trying to get every sort of advantage I could, and it paid off. So now I'm in the lead. The end of the red bar for talk. Okay, so it was a return of serve myself, but it was a bit more. Yeah, it was a bit more amazing. Nick, how are you? Hey Scorpion, I'm fine, thanks. How are you? Just gonna meet switchback at the end though, so I'm happy to race the baby. Thank you, Smokey. Thank you, amazing. I'm a fan of moving straight after avoiding the overlap, but that is just me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of it too, but if I stayed on the left, Keaton would have still stayed on the right, and he could have braked late. He could have gone on the inside. He could have forced me out, and I didn't want that to happen. So I tried to find the best preventive measure against that, and that's what I did. So it was very last second. It was very last moment and all, but it had to be done if I wanted to stay first. Nice race code. Yep, thank you, Felipe Son. That will look good on street. Yeah, I agree, Driftmaster. Okay, or many drivers know how to follow through. Yeah. As long as you're not in the braking zone, it's fine. Yeah, that's the thing. I actually went right, and as the moment I got in front of Keaton, then I started braking. And then I started turning into the corner under braking because he wasn't going to the right. And that's allowed. Keaton is good to race against. Yep, Ranger, I agree. He's a decent driver, very fast driver, sorry. He's decent to race around, and like Adam and like McEwen in most cases, they are, you can have a really nice battle with them if you're patient enough, if you're lucky and have a mutual respect between each other. So at this point it's lap 9 of 10. I'm doing everything I can to stay out of to stay in front of Keaton. Stay in front of Adam in that case, and I think this is also important to note. Keaton makes a mistake here. See, he goes off very wide. He's got dirty tires, and this was another very big fortunate thing that happened for me. Keaton did not yield to Adam. That was the big thing. If he yielded to Adam in this previous corner, Adam was on clean tires. He was still within my slipstream. He would have brought Keaton and McEwen along for the ride, and I think it would have been very possible for me to have been under attack for the last lap or so. So I was actually very fortunate that they were fighting. You see them, McEwen, he's on the inside of Keaton as well. So the little alpha that could. He's now in 3rd position. Really good job there. And Keaton unfortunately losing a lot there. So thank you, my AMG mate. Yeah, I know Scorpion, the AMG is a very wide fan base, so it's good to see you here as well. It's one of those. And it's the best of nothing. It's Mercedes-Benz. Should win this scrap. Actually felt like I had pace for once, and it's an epic scrap by the looks of it. Yeah, it was amazing. It was a little bit messy some parts, I have to admit, but after that it was a lot of fun. So, as I said before, that fighting with Keaton and Adam, that dropped him back, and by this point Adam was 1.3, 1.4 outside my toe. He misses this chicane, and the slipstream, he drops out of the toe. He's now about 1.7, 1.6, and this is what really saved me in the end. I did everything I could in the last 2 laps to try and get away, and it worked. It worked beautifully. So I'm very proud of that. See the Keaton going for a move on McEwen. McEwen going for the cutback, and he's going to have the slipstream coming up into El Rouge. Unfortunately, it's not a power car, the 4C, but he still manages to slot himself in front. So good stuff by both of those drivers. Adam, a bit of a relief, doesn't have to quite focus on the guys behind. Yeah. Makes such a difference when you can trust the other driver you're going wheel to wheel. Exactly, Smokey. I agree. That's always a very important thing. If you don't have trust between each other, then you're going to find yourself not having races that you would like to have. The combinations that you usually enjoy won't be quite as fun. So it's very important to have someone that you can trust. Maybe not to test brake you, not to force you off. Just another guy like yourself, another driver that understands what's needed to have a good race, that has watched the sportsmanship videos properly, has understood them, and understands what is sportsmanship. So always good to have one of those guys in your race. Always good if they're near you. Always good if they're fast. It's always great to have a battle with them. Note this: the SLS GT3 is now the new OP GTR in Group 3. Ah, don't know about that AMG. It's a very, very heavy car. It's very bad on the brakes. I haven't tried it since the update, but I know from experience that it does not have great brakes. But we'll see. You never know. We learn how to drive it. So, after 10 laps, after having a very bad qualifying, after giving it everything, and just trying to get every move right, we come home in first, and we win the top 16 manufacturer series, and we did it. We did it. We're very, very, very happy with that. Adam, he comes home in second, Keaton in third, McEwen in fourth, Metal Gear in fifth, DB sixth, Emery in seventh, GTR in eighth, John Stanth in 10th, and Amazing R in 9th. So it was very close. Looks like there was a bit of a fight at the end, and we'll just have a look at this as well. Yeah, bye. See you later, AMG. All the best. Oh, so he gets the cut back. Oh, nicely done. Nicely done, Amazing. That was a good move. And you see, Jonathan, he was thinking about going on the inside because he thought you were going to go for a proper cutback. And it didn't happen. See there, Konzi going on the outside. Just edging the Viper's head, and that was a good move by him too. So, a lot of last lap moves. Very good racing from those guys. And a very good result for us. So, very happy with that, like I said. Nice. Yeah, thank you, Smokey. Yeah, good man. Smart race, dude. I'm off to practice for mine. Good luck with the exams. Yeah, thank you, Andrew, and good luck with your races tonight. Good luck with everyone else's races, for that matter, tonight. I hope they go well. In terms of points, I'm just gonna have a quick look at that, and then we'll start ending the stream. And for the Nations Cup, we got 371 for the win. That's an improvement of... It's quite a big improvement, actually. I think it's around... Yeah, so it's about 82 points, which is big. So we're going to retain our lead. And for the Manufacturer Series, we get another 40 and 401 points. So we're also going to retain the lead in this championship. So it's a very good result for us. I'm very happy. Hopefully we can get another 40 in the other regions too. For manufacturer. Oh, and Emery has jumped Matt Simmons, as it says here in the chat. Dylan, Emery has gotten past Matt, so she's now in fourth. Won't get past Metal Gear. If she can make it work in the next two top 16s, in the next top 16 actually, maybe, just maybe, she can get into P2. You never know. Maybe she can get to P1, but I wouldn't like that. Maybe it's possible. You never know. But if she can make it into the Nations Cup, if there is a World Tour coming in, she can make it there for the Nations Cup. That would be a hell of an achievement, and she deserves it. She's done a very good job. I think she deserves to go to a World Tour as a driver. So yeah, that was the top 16 for Nations. We're going to do Group 3 Spa for the next round. That's going to be a nice combination. Group 4 is done. We get a 40 for us. We are heading to Alsace with Group 4, so I'm not sure about that one, but still. And coming into Global Manufacturer Series, at the end of the fourth round, we are equal in points with Subaru. So it's getting close. we're getting there. Hopefully we can beat Subaru. We've got Wong Baguette in Europe, Veloce Tsutsu, or Baptiste Beauvoir, as you guys may know him. And you've got Bonelli here in Central South America. You may also know him as Lucas Bonelli. So both of my teammates, very fast guys, faster than myself in many occasions. So hopefully they can get a 40, and eventually get in front of Subaru. It's going to be a very close fight, and I never know. We'll see who comes out on top. Give us some tips on power and weight settings, and so much for BOP. Yeah, Telmo, in terms of weight and power, it's not just that. It's you know better, I believe. You have experience in different sims, so I can't be the judge of that. So if anything, you should be the one maybe that should explain it.
You've been in the closed beta.
At the closed beta of Gran Turismo, I believe, even so, you should know more. That's a good improvement. Amazing. Has jumped past Simon. Yeah, that's a good job by him. But yeah, I hope a World Tour happens as you have a strong Merc team this year. Yep, I know, but not many people have. Oh, you mean the changes? Okay. I'm gonna run that through very quickly. A lot of FR cars have gotten lighter, have gotten less power. So you've got the likes of Aston Martin, Viper, Jaguar, and Lexus. They've gotten lighter, they've gotten less power, and Lexus actually has gotten more power. There have been cars that have lost just power in FR. That's the Mustang. It's still very good in corners. SLS has lost weight. It has gained weight, sorry. The most important thing that I have to emphasize is that it is now the heaviest car, almost, in the manufacturer series. It's probably like the GTR or some other car that's still about 10 or 15 kilos heavier than it. But this, it has still way more torque, better acceleration, and the SLS is just getting very, very heavy, and I do not like it. Hopefully, something can be done about that in the future.
If you guys stop saying it's BOP, maybe
maybe if people can stop saying it's OP, because obviously it isn't. Maybe. I mean, I won that race at top 16. I realistically, with some of the cars that I was going up against, I shouldn't have. It was down to fortune, it was down to timing and everything. But there are better cars than this all-rounder.
there are some accidents as well.
There were some accidents as well, so penalties were given and whatnot. But this is not a top-tier car on a single lap anymore. It wasn't before this, but now it's gotten even worse. And the only thing it can do now, good, is race pace. Fuel wear is a little bit weaker than it used to be. Tires are still fine. It just feels like a boat in some occasions. It just doesn't want to turn in. But we love the boat. But yeah, FF cars have gotten considerably lighter, considerably less power. That's down to the fact that their front tires have been dropping off way too quickly, and and they've also been very big rockets on straights in terms of acceleration. So the likes of Megane, Scirocco, all of them have been nerfed in the power, have been buff in the weight department. But yeah, it is a lot of changes happening, a lot of changes in Group 3 and Group 4. As the season goes by, we'll investigate those changes a bit more thoroughly. But now I'm going to start ending the streams as well. So thank you everyone for tuning in. This was the top 16 Superstars races. I'm very happy with it, how it went. I did everything I could in Nations. It was a very strong race. Manufacturers, was really all down to smart moves, playing it safe. Qualifying was the big issue. and qualifying is an issue for many people because of the slipstream. I would very much love to see that fixed, but it is how it is. Yeah, there's really not much I can say. Power, the BOP has been changed considerably. Telmo makes a difference is the power and the weight. There is no other settings that have been changed. Simple as that. She's good. Good luck, bud. And laters. Yep, later, Smokey. Welcome to my life, GT. Yeah, it was the heaviest car. It still is by like a few kilos, but it's not far behind the SLS. It's now very good. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the support. I know it's been quite a while since I've streamed. I've been quite busy with exams and whatnot. Hopefully we can do this again soon when this is all over. Good luck with your races tonight. I hope they go well. I hope the BOP hasn't hurt your car too much. And I hope you enjoy some close racing. These two combinations are great for that. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, driving with the best.